One of the earliest difficulties facing membership is a difficulty of language. Many people, when they hear the word membership or the phrase church membership, think we've subtly imbibed the corporate sensibilities of the local Gold's Gym. Or they think of membership as an artificial formality we have foisted upon the scripture, making the whole joining a church thing a tedious process filled with the needless bureaucratic red tape. But all of these ideas betray a far departure from the Pauline sense of membership. By member, he does not mean just another unit in a cadre of soldiers, each identical and virtually indistinguishable from the other. By member, he means the individual, yet essentially distinct organs that make up the one body. Paul says in 1 Corinthians 12, verse 12, that the body is one and yet has many members. And all the members of the body, though they are many, are one body. And in verse 13, he says, by one Spirit we were all baptized into one body. He goes on to reiterate that the body is not one member, but many. And then in the next few verses, he does an amazing thing where he begins to personify the individual organs so as to vividly illustrate just exactly what he means by membership. For instance, he goes on to write, if the foot says, because I'm not a hand, I'm not a part of the body, it is not for this reason any less a part of the body. And if the ear says, because I am not an eye, I am not a part of the body, it is not for this reason any the less a part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole were hearing, where would the sense of smell be? In other words, when you publicly consent to becoming a member of the church, you are affirming externally what has already happened internally. Today you say, I'm dying to my autonomy and my individuality, and today I will become a left foot. And John Doe, another prospective member over there, likewise declares that today he will die to his perceived autonomy and his individuality, and today he will become a right foot. And the two you see become inextricably bound together such that the one's joys becomes the other's joys, and the one's sorrows become the other's sorrows likewise. Thus, Paul can say in verse 26, if one member suffers, all the members suffer with it. And if one member is honored, all the members rejoice with it. Membership then is less about a commitment to service, or even as a way to meaningfully observe the ordinances, as important as that may be. Membership is a death to self for the sake of the other. Membership is a radical expression of love born by the Spirit. It is you reciprocating God's covenant loyalty towards you by voluntarily covenanting yourself to a local expression of His people and voluntarily covenanting yourself to the shepherding oversight of the elders of that local body. Membership, then, is the most visible fruit of the gospel's work in you.